Hi, this is Marie. I am the Executive Director of TextLess Live More, and today I'm going to be talking to you about your workspace and how to maintain a workspace that is conducive to a pleasant and productive experience during these weird times of ours. This marks 1 week. It's my 1 week anniversary of working from home during the time of COVID-19. Very exciting stuff. So I'm coming to you live from Washington, D.C. in my office/bedroom. I know that a lot of you are in my shoes, working or going to school or even socializing in a setting that is not your normal and is also frequently way more digital than normal. So what we've been trying to do in these videos is to be a resource to you during this time to help you maintain digital wellness and digital hygiene, because even though this is really, really new to us too, we talk about digital wellness at TextLess Live More all the time. So we want to share some of our resources with you and take you on journeys with us as we learn to navigate this new world alongside you. So what inspired me to put this topic on the list of videos for this month is that today I realized that there's been a task on my to-do list all week that I just keep bumping to the next day over and over again. I can't seem to get it done. And it occurred to me today that it might be because my workspace is super cluttered and this task is pretty small. It's not even that hard, but I keep getting distracted. And I think that if I organize a little bit and improve my environment, that I might be able to accomplish this task a little bit more easily. So I'm actually not talking about my desk or my room, and I will not be showing you either of those things because they are, quite frankly, horrific. I'm talking about your digital workspace. So in this case, I'm talking about the computer and the phone, both of which are actually doing exactly what I don't want them to do right now, which is distracting me. So I'm going to share my screen with you just so you can see exactly what I'm doing in real time, making myself pretty vulnerable. First thing to do when you realize that you're getting distracted, there are lots of notifications, and this is very Mac specific, but I know there are equivalents for Microsoft computers too. First thing to do, turn off your notifications. And you can do that by putting on Do Not Disturb, okay? So that means that you won't see emails coming through, you won't see text messages, you won't see push notifications coming from your browser, none of that stuff. So that's all gonna be shut down. Another thing to do is to close all unnecessary windows and apps. So right now, my task is a website task, so it's just some routine maintenance updating for the TextLess Live More website. So I don't need this Word document for sure. I do need Zoom because that's what I'm recording this webinar on. And everything else is closed because I went ahead and did that already. But it's nice because I like to close my emails when I'm doing a task like this, because if you open email, so I'll open it just so you can see, you get that pesky little notification in the corner of the app that tells you how many emails you have. So right now, that little number is a little high for my taste, 79 emails, and that might pull me out of what I'm doing and drag me into something else, which is important. And it's, I like to answer emails. It gives me pleasure, and it's also a really big part of my job, but right now that's not what I'm focusing on. So I'm going to close that out. I do still have some little numbers here, but sometimes we have to live with that. So my task is in Chrome. I am a chronic multi-tab person. There has to be some kind of name for this. You know what? I'm going to interrupt myself right here because I forgot the cardinal rule of this conversation. So obviously we're focusing on the computer, but I also have this in front of me right now, and it will not stop lighting up. And there actually have been a few studies that show that if you have a phone even near you while you're trying to work, it makes you less productive. Even if you're not looking at it, even if it's just sitting on the desk, it makes you less productive because you know that it's there. So just its very presence is distracting. So I'm just going to toss this over there. onto my bed. Don't worry, I'm not a crazy person. Okay, now that that distraction is out of the way, I can leave laser focus into my computer. So we have Chrome here. I'm ashamed to say that this is actually like a pretty good day for me in terms of tabs. I usually have way more tabs than this, but the tabs problem is huge for a lot of people, and every tab that you have represents a different task. Maybe it's something super productive and important, maybe it's not. Either way, it's distracting you from whatever task you need to get done right now. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm just gonna clear out all of my tabs except for the one that I need. But there are some other strategies that you can use if you want. You can sort out your tabs by window. So if you want, let's say, for example, I'm working on the TextLess More toolkit with Carol, who's our communications coordinator. Maybe this isn't my task at hand presently, but I don't want to forget to do it later. So I'm going to pull that out into a separate window. I can pull out all the other tabs that are for my next task and minimize them so that I'm only focusing on one thing. That's one strategy. But for me right now, this is dire. I have to get rid of everything. So I'm going to close all the stuff that I don't need. I don't need any of this Canva stuff. I don't need this spreadsheet. Don't need this document. Don't need Drive. Don't need this. Don't need this. Don't need this. Oh, definitely don't need that, but that's a good one. Oh, All-Purpose Pizzeria. I'm going to order takeout. This is one of my favorite spots in DC. Supporting local business during this time is super important if you can, but that's a sidebar. All-Purpose Pizza, love you, close. Definitely don't need coronavirus news. Don't need Instagram, TextLess More, Facebook. Definitely give us a like. Don't need it now. Digital Wellness Day, also super useful, coming up on May 1st, but not the task at hand. TextLess More Twitter, follow, close. Don't need Slack, my horoscope. This is actually really funny. A temporary separation from someone close to you could have you reflecting on good times you've spent together. Maybe a temporary separation from everyone close to me because quarantine. Close. More coronavirus, my calendar. And finally, we're here at what we actually need, which is the TextLess More website and this blog post that I'm working on. So this may seem super obvious and straightforward, but I do think that it's really meaningful to close down everything and start fresh. Even just the action of clearing out your space is pretty cathartic, and it feels like you're getting yourself set up to do good work and to really start over, even if it's the end of your workday, like it is for me right now. Another thing that you can do that I'm not going to do right now because I actually did it earlier this week is you can clear off your desktop. So the actual icons, organizing your folders, making sure you don't have any clutter or stuff that you don't need. It can feel really, really good and empowering and make you feel in control, which is so important in times like this when a lot of things are uncertain and a lot of things are out of our control. So I hope that this is useful, and I hope that it makes you feel, if you're a multi-tab person like I am, that you feel a little bit less alone seeing my nightmare of a computer. Another strong recommend from the TextLess More team is a to-do list on paper. I'm a huge notebook person. I think that it's really, really helpful to have notes and to have your tasks in front of you in hard copy so that you can take some time away from your screen, write with a pen, and you can even step away from your desk and from your laptop for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or an hour if you can, and just spend some time writing notes down and making a game plan in your notebook. That's a practice that I engage in every single day. I have at least 30 minutes of screen-free time in the morning where I make my to-do list, and I find it really, really important, and it's great to do in the middle of the day too, because especially right now when we are in absolute overdrive with our screens. So I hope that this is useful. Please stay tuned for the rest of our videos. There's a lot of other stuff that goes really well with what I'm talking about today. If you haven't already, please check out the desk yoga that our amazing partner Kim did from Lil Space app. She's a star, and that is also really useful. I definitely need that right now because my posture is horrible. Yeah, thank you so much for listening along, and please let me know in the comments if there are any practices that you use to keep a clean, tidy, organized, and productive digital workspace. I would love to hear from you, because although I am doing my best, I'm not perfect. I'm only human, and I always have more to learn. So please, please let us know what you do to keep yourself sane and productive during the workday on your computer. Until next time, I'm wishing you health, happiness, and sanity during this very insane period in our history. Thank you so much. Goodbye.